呪いを受けた王族。すべては塗り替えられる物語である。
Unnamed Memory officially did get a season 2 announcement today. It's returning in January 2025. Episode 12, though, you know, I was really thinking, like, how do I start this video? There's just so many different avenues I can go. And here's what I'll say. You know, let me start off with a little bit of a positive note is, well, first off, I'm very interested to read your guys' comments on what you thought about this episode in the comments, because I really need to know what you guys thought about it. I'm conflicted because the positive portion of it is I actually did, weirdly enough, I enjoyed this episode. The, you know, Oscar going back into the past, whether by accident or purpose. I mean, it was obvious he went there by accident, but he stayed there on purpose. It's very hard to very pinned down, but whether by accident or purpose, he went into the past and he made the very selfish decision to go in and change Tinasha's past. And he did it on the premise of, you know, having a childish, selfish desire. And he said, you know, that, you know, he had talked to the witches before about going into the past, and essentially there was a story about another swordsman that went into the past or went into the future to save his mom, and that dude just disappeared, which just time-wise makes no sense, you know. I can understand if he went into the past and got stuck there kind of thing. But and I don't know. But again, positive is I genuinely, like, I can't say that I was not entertained by this episode. You know, I thought it was cool they went to the past. R.I.P. the dragon, though, apparently. But I thought it was cool they went to the past. I thought it was cool that, you know, he had the opportunity to meet Tinasha, you know, in her younger form, and I thought it was cool that he was there at the time, like the very specific time, where she had gotten attacked and kind of her whole life changed, and the kingdom that doesn't exist anymore is existing again, and she could become queen. And I thought it was really cool for him to go and really get the Lodric, whatever the guy's name was that stabbed her. I thought it was cool that he got to be there to, you know, save her from all that, you know, PTSD and mental suffering that she has held on to for hundreds of years at this point. He got to be the knight in shining armor in a lot of different forms. He did kiss her, which I don't know how I feel about that one. But, you know, it is his wife. So, you know, I guess that's the loophole that we're going to work with. But, you know, hey, not going to judge an anime. It's fiction. And I did enjoy that, not the kiss part, but him saving her and everything else. I thought that was, you know, pretty entertaining wise. Now, and I think the episode was done really well too. You know what I mean? If this was the story that they were going to do, if this was their goal, the episode itself felt pretty high production. It was pretty good, you know? So that's the positive portion of it. The negative portion of it is the anime should have ended last week. I think last week with the marriage and Oscar finally getting what he wants and Tinasha finally getting what she wants. You know, he wants to love, she wants to be loved, or maybe he wants to be loved, she wants to love. Whatever the case is, they, you know, they gave and they got, both of them. So they were both the winners, and he finally overcame her barriers. She finally overcame her internal ones, and she was able to find happiness in him. He's able to find happiness in her. They're able to have their marriage. They're able to talk about future children, all this stuff, okay? So all of that I thought was really good, and I think last week should have been the last episode I wanted to see, even if there was a season 2. They could have started season 2 with this one. Make season 2 13 episodes, and they could have started with this time fuck. That's really what it was. It's just a time. They went everything, you know, all those mediocre episodes we saw through. Don't worry about it. It's all gone. None of it mattered. Let's start over. That's basically what they did. They looked at me, they looked at you, and they went, enjoy season 2, bitches. That's what I feel like that's what they did. And I'm like, oh, these like, I don't feel good about that. Like, we just finally, as, you know, I talked about it during another ending show this week, another show that was ending because we're coming to the end of a lot of shows. I talked about another one, you know, this week about as viewers, right, you give time and money because you have to pay for subscriptions to watch these shows, you know, whether it's Crunchyroll or High Dive or Hulu or whatever. And you give your time. Time is worth more than money. So we have to invest our time to watch these shows. So the ROI, the return on that investment, right, is getting a good payoff as a viewer, whether it's a kiss, whether it's you know, whether it's the enemy being destroyed, whether it's the demon lord being conquered, whether it's the main character getting a haram, whatever it is, there's a payoff that we deserve as viewers, as readers, as watchers. You know, there it is. It's just the way that it goes. Even if the ending is a depressing one, we deserve an ending, or, you know, to be satisfied with whatever that end is. And much like those other shows, I feel like this one was just, we're going to undo everything. You know, that big payoff we gave you last week? F you, gone. Now Oscar's in the past. Now he undid everything. Now he changed the future. Now he's going to disappear. What? He disappeared. So the other thing is, we don't know, did he disappear, or did he just disappear out of her sight? Is he stuck in the past now? And then if he did disappear, does that mean that because he disappeared, it's because Tinasha was the cornerstone for him being born in the future, so it doesn't exist? And if it doesn't exist in the future, then that means that he couldn't have existed to go into the past, to change the past, to now change the future. It's just convenient. And it you know, I have often criticized this show about straying away from just romance. Just have us have a lonely witch and a lonely prince, and have them find each other and have love, and have them, you know, have a few different hurdles, but they get over it together, and that's the story. But they're like, no, how about these other witches? No, how about calamity? You know, how about this other calamity? How about time travel now? You guys like when Thanos did the snappy snap? How about that? You know, it's like, you guys are they're doing too much. And I will tell you, you know, when season 2 comes out, I hope that it's awesome. I won't be covering it on the channel. I'll tell you, I think I will say this season was an 11 episode season, and it was decent. It was a nice 6.5 out of 10. Had really good moments and really bad moments, and it was nice 11 episodes. And I will just pretend I didn't watch this week and just say, hey, last week we got the wedding. I feel good about that ending, and I'll cut it off there. But I don't think it'll be back in January, at least not for this one. But let me know if you guys will. So that's my thoughts. Today's episode was, again, there was positivity there. There's a positive sandwich here. But there's enough just, what in the world did they do? No, thank you. So I won't be back for season 2. Let me know if you will in the comments. Whether you loved it, let me know in the comments. Whether you hated it, let me know in the comments. Of course, be nice to me and others. Unless you don't want to, that's fine too. Put them in the comments. But, you know, let me know your thoughts in the comments of how you're feeling. And let me know. I just want to know if you guys will be back for season 2 or not. So, anyways, Unnamed Memory, it's a wrap. See you guys in the summer for more summer anime. Peace.